So a few weeks ago, my girlfriend and I sat down to watch Maze Runner, which was a movie I had seen twice before and always enjoyed. And while watching it, she got the bright idea of just finishing the entire trilogy. And I was up for it. It's been a while. I only saw the sequels once before that, quite a few years ago, probably back in 2021, 2022. And so the first movie, we watched it. We had a really good time with it, enjoyed it. You know, it was good. You know, good cast. Dylan O'Brien was great. It partnered really well with a good storyline. I really enjoyed watching the group trying to escape the maze, and in the end of the movie, it was heartbreaking because of seeing multiple different deaths. One being Albie, and of course, after they make it out of the maze entirely, Gally shoots Chuck, and you're just like, wow, that was just a lot all at once. And the movie was intense. It told this insane story with the rest of the group escaping the maze trials in the end. We've got Dylan O'Brien as this amazing character, Thomas. I loved Newt, Minho, and Frypan. Teresa, not so much. She honestly, she was cool in the first movie. I don't mind her, but I learned to hate her for her actions as these movies go on. All in all, The Maze Runner is a great movie, and I rated it on Letterboxd at a 3.5 stars. However, I dreaded what was coming next, which was Maze Runner Scorch Trials. In the simplest of words, fuck that movie. The Maze Runner Scorch Trials is my least favorite movie in this trilogy, and that really pisses me off because it starts out really fun. Our core group of survivors escape the maze, are taken to a facility where Teresa is separated from Thomas and the rest of the group. There's other kids in this facility. It's run by this weird man named Jansen, or as I kept calling him, Lord Peter Baelish, or Littlefinger. And that's just because I'm an annoying, insufferable Game of Thrones fan. This entire first 20 to 25 minutes inside the facility before Thomas and his new friend Eris find out that the facility is still run by this evil corporation from the first movie, Wicked, that had them in the Maze Trials to begin with. It really is a good time. I enjoy it. Together, Thomas and Eris convince Minho, Frypan, and Newt to escape the facility and to get Teresa from the scientists that she was with, that they separated her from the rest of them from earlier. Again, the first 20 to 25 minutes before escaping this facility, it's genuinely so great. It had me hyped for the entire rest of the movie. And again, this is like a 2.5 hour long film. So the first 20 to 25 minutes really was just like great. Like we're talking like 3.5, 4 star, and I was super invested. The rest of the 2 hour runtime makes me want to blow my brains out. It really like don't get me wrong, the movie's still well made. I just get into it like I couldn't get into it like I was able to in the first movie. It's good, but it's just not the first movie. It doesn't have the same magic. It's in this movie we're introduced to characters like Jorge, Brenda, Vince, Mary, what is it? None of these people matter to me. I don't care for them, like, at all. A lot of other fans of the first movie didn't either, and I know that for a fact because I've seen people talk about it. It's pretty well recognized that this franchise dropped the ball somewhere in this sequel. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I rated it at 2.5 stars on Letterboxd and called it a day. Realistically, I hated everything to do with Maze Trials. I'm sorry. Realistically, I hated everything to do with Maze Runner Scorch Trials after they had escaped the facility early in the movie. The only other thing I cared about was at the end of the movie where Teresa is revealed to have turned on Thomas and the rest of the group by calling Wicked to their location, and Teresa ends up leaving with them along with Minho, who was taken hostage, and tons of people died because of this. Teresa's the reason a lot of people died and why Minho was captured by Wicked, and it's just like, what the fuck, Teresa, you fucking asshole. Um, it's just blew my shit. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't see the movie in theaters because I would have been real mad. I honestly probably wouldn't have watched Death Cure. Realistically. I would have been genuinely pissed. Which brings us to the third movie in the Maze Runner trilogy, The Maze Runner Death Cure, which had a long break between its release and Scorch Trials, which I'm sure wasn't helpful in the already drop in fan loyalty after Scorch Trial was seen as a not as good sequel as the first movie. Honestly, though, Death Cure is much better than Scorch Trials. Mainly the latter half of the movie, once the group finds their way into the city and they raid the Wicked facility to get Minho back. The return of Gally, who is presumed dead, and the tragic death of Newt near the end of the movie, which, ugh, it makes me sad. Oh, and that bitch Teresa. She dies. It was her own fault. You know, if she didn't give them up in the second movie, nothing here would have happened. So fuck her. Let's watch her death. Yeah, well deserved. All right. Every time I see that movie, which is now just twice, I smile because I know she's dead now. It's also discovered in the third movie that Thomas is uh blood system has enzymes in it that allows him to be the cure for whatever the disease is that is the reason the maze trials were done anyways in this world, this apocalyptic whatever kind of world they are in. Um yeah, it's cool. Don't care. Like I don't know. It's so funny how little I gave a shit about things that they think matters. Like, oh, Thomas is the cure. Bitch, I don't care. The Maze Runner was cool. All right, the cool thing was them escaping the Maze Trials. I don't give a fuck about the Maze Trials. That I think that's the biggest issue with this franchise is when they were in the maze, it was cool. Then they got out of the maze and it wasn't cool anymore. That's really it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. In the end, in my opinion, the Maze Runner trilogy is okay. It started out strong, sort of just fizzled down to mid. It never got terrible. Maybe boring at times, but not bad. Genuinely, what are your thoughts on the Maze Runner trilogy? I just wanted to make a quick video talking about it because I watched these movies and I needed to speak on it. And after I watch these movies, I do my research all the time. Just, I don't go like extensive, but I saw that they're talking about rebooting this franchise. At least doing like some type of a soft reboot, which is interesting. Because Disney now owns Maze Runner. Maze Runner was a 20th Century Fox franchise, but 20th Century Studios is now owned by Disney. And so the producer of the movies, Wes Bell, is returning to the Maze Runner franchise. He was also the director of the first movie. And he was quoted saying that this movie was not a redo of the story, nor a direct sequel to the original trilogy, but more of a continuation. Yet also, it's a return to the elements that made the first movie connect with its audience. So it sounds like there were other. When we got to the facility in Scorch Trials, there were other people there. There were all those other kids that were there, and they had all gone through the maze trials as well. So clearly, the maze trials existed in many different places for many different people. And so I'm wondering if we're going to get just another maze trials situation where we're gonna watch other people survive in the maze. Um, I have to imagine that the original maze trials situation makes its return because they said it. They're trying to bring the special connection to the fans they had in the first movie back because they really lacked that in the later two movies. So I'm very interested in seeing that, and maybe Disney can do it, maybe not. I have no idea. Wes Bell was able to do it with the first movie, and then they fell off with the second and third, and it's just like, oof. So I'm interested to see what the future of Maze Runner is going to be. We are getting more, but it's just sometimes to let a franchise die is the best thing. But again, we're not getting a reboot entirely. We're getting a new story set in the same world as the original trilogy. That's at least what it seems like they're saying. I guess only the future holds what's to come of this franchise. What do you guys think about the Maze Runner movies? Let me know down in the comments section. If I had to rank them first, second, and third place, we're going Maze Runner number 1, Death Cure number 2, and Scorch Trials is in the garbage can at number 3. Truly, after those first like 20-25 minutes, I could not stand Scorch Trials. So thank you guys for watching this video. Go ahead and leave a like, comment what you think about the Maze Runner franchise. What do you think is going to happen with it over at Disney? Do you think Disney's going to be able to handle it? Do you think they're going to mess things up? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.